Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shadow, the internet personality of Shannon. Welcome to Live and Wired, episode 146. Everything's broken. I forgot to put in that as the name of it was Live and Wired. Well, that's another thing broken right here. And as I mentioned, it's Live and Wired. Well, you might remember that's supposed to be yesterday. Where's the edit? I got edit here. I got to change everything manually here and there. I'm not allowed to change that from there. Okay. I'm allowed to change. Okay. Live and Wired ep 146, was it? Boom. All right. That's good enough. Save change is done. Okay. Now this is making a little more sense. Was wondering what happened. You checked the channel 2 minutes ago? Oh, yeah. Last time you were early, THACO was still a thing. 2-hit armor class 0. What a time to be alive. But yeah, I was going to have a proper title card for today's episode, but I fired up my Power Director, which I used to throw the title cards for Live and Wired together about 10 minutes ago, and all of my presets are gone. So I could put a title card together, but it would take a hell of a lot more than 4 minutes to do it. So there that goes. So yeah, we're supposed to have some nice Live and Wired yesterday evening, as was normally scheduled every other Saturday at 6 to 7. We've been doing. I think I've been 6 to 7 p.m. Central Time, but well, I was not really feeling it yesterday. It's been a heck of a week. It's been a heck of a couple of weeks. Hey, I want a good laugh. I spent 2 days learning Godot, and now know as much as my friend who went to college for months and ended up owing debt. The library tactic keeps winning. Nice one, Derek. Nice one. God dang. That's another reason why I'm happy to be learning Japanese on my own. So what's the next set of movies I'm dropping? Well, I'm still working on the Killer Sofa review, which it's been taking way longer than it needs to, mainly because I've been just life is good and fun. Life is good and fun. But yeah, the car is still busted, of course. Everything's still. Oh, speaking of still needs work, I should bring this up. It is still relevant, but it is looking very nice. Let me check exactly how the GoFundMe for Shannon has been going. Okay, yeah. Got 367 to go. You guys doing nice there. Doing nice for her. I'm a share screen. I will present. There we go. And boom. Yeah, Shannon still is raising money towards the $3,000 goal needed. Have 2,633 raised. So that's good. That is very good. But it's not quite. Also, last time on Live and Wired, you remember me saying that she needed it like right now? And she came in the chat was like, actually, I don't need it that desperately. Like, we can get to it eventually. We got the important stuff out of the way. It's not quite as dire. Turns out it was slightly more dire than she thought at the time. Not super dire, not the need it by next day I was trying to say, but it's a little bit more important to get it done semi-quickly. I'm in the apartment, just need the last bit for deposits and getting set up. So it's like, great, but do need those deposits paid. Like, very good, very awesome, very great in every way, shape, and form, except for the fact that it's not quite done yet. So, is it told that most people go to trade schools to pay off their debt and pay off their debt in 1 year? Yeah. Trade schools, trades generally cost less to learn and are more profitable, like, out of the gate. in theory, there are college degrees you can get to make more, but a lot of the things people go to college for, like in America especially, the whole thing with student loans has made it so that for colleges, just having students, it makes them the money. Doesn't matter if they're doing well, doesn't matter if they're learning anything even remotely useful. They'll get the money. And they'll get a lot of the money. And it's a loan. And the kids are like 18, 17. They don't understand the ramifications of this stuff. So it's very easy to get them into some very predatory loans. And so they get degrees in stuff that is completely freaking useless. Like, I mean, it's the easy punching bag, but when is the last time you ever heard someone say, "We're hiring right now. Anyone who has a doctorate in gender studies, please come. We need your great minds for this particular task we're doing. We have a lack of people with gender studies degrees in this field. We need more." When's the last time you ever heard that? That's an easy way to get a whole butt ton of debt. Well, what are you going to do to pay that debt off? It's not going to pay diddly to have that degree. So yeah, it's the easy punching bag. Well, people who major in the humanities actually do find jobs. But which jobs? Zombieology, underwater basket weaving, gender studies, etc. These are all classes. So watch Romero films with your grandma. But it's for me, I'm assuming that you're not American. No, you're not in America. Or you're in like a better part of America. Because it is the dark path. It's pretty much learning to be sexist and calling it being anti-sexist, which is kind of fucked up when you think about it. But, you know, whatevs. From the Antarctic. Wait just a ding-dang old minute here. How the... but. There's went to a school for electricians and now owned his own business. Not bad. But yeah, other than teaching other people who want that degree, oh, that's fun. Oh, what was there's a there was a it's kind of a joke, kind of a meme, like old people memes back before memes were called memes, where it's like you take a class in like Latin and you become you're top of your class, you do really good, and then out of the gate, what are your prospects for occupations? Well, you can become a teacher of Latin and stuff, and it's like, okay, fantastic. That's wonderful. The penguins in Argentina, an island in the south. But yeah, I prefer to avoid that kind of stuff, because it's like I got enough real things to frustrate me without having to like fight shadow demons all day. So speaking of fighting shadow demons, Twitter has been kind of on fire lately. There's been a lot of noise surrounding Starship Troopers, of all things. Mainly, there's been a surge of people saying that, hey, if you don't understand that the Terran Republic are literally fascist and evil, then you have poor media literacy. I'll have you know. And then there's folks coming back with, the enemies were man-eating bugs that sucked your brains out. No, I'm not going to identify with them. They're horrifying. They need to die. The cities were clean. Yes, there was a difference between civilian and citizen, but it's not like you had a really bad life as a civilian. They were doing really dang good, actually. everything was really, it was a nice egalitarian kind of society, men, women of all different races, just all kind of just sharing the same jobs. It's just, it didn't matter. That was not an issue at all. It was utopian in that regard. Yeah, there were some darker areas, some questionable things here and there, but overall, I mean, compare that to the man-eating, brain-eating bugs. The only good bug is a dead bug. That's just what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. See, some universities now offer a class about Taylor Swift. Oh, I do not doubt it. What is a doctorate in Taylor Swiftology? Like, maybe that's actually going to be a good future career. Maybe I should start working on my Taylor Swiftology. Maybe that's actually going to have better prospects than this YouTuber shit. I don't know. Future is all open. Future is all open. Thank you, Mac. Thank you. I need to do more. I need to finish them. It's been difficult because, like, since it became very clear that it really didn't matter to YouTube as much, as hard as I worked, because they've effectively just decided that the channel needs to die. It's become harder to push forward, which sucks because I still like doing it and I want to do this. I've been streaming on Twitch near nightly and on the YouTube gaming channel. That was kind of to make up the slack in between also making movie reviews. But since I haven't put in nearly as much work towards the Killer Sofa review as I want to, I'm internally having a struggle. Like, am I putting too much time in on the gaming and not thinking about the movie reviews? It's like, no, I've just been waking up at like noon because Charlie's going to bed at like 2 a.m. and that's eating up a lot of the time that I would normally have. Telling her we need to go to bed sooner. We need to go to bed sooner. Her name may be Swift, but this class is not. Please open your textbook to chapter 1. Oh, God. Sure, it's not the Swift programming language? That could be it, like, you could have, like, your doctorate in Swiftology and a master's in Swift programming. We could combine the two, create the Taylor Swift programming language. Speaking of Taylor Swift programming language, there seems to be wasn't there a little thing not too long ago that certain kinds of videos and pictures was being made illicitly of the Taylor Swift, and of course without permission or anything like that. And now there's some talk about getting the government involved, like pushing that real hard, and it's like now my warning lights are flashing off because it's like, hey, this ain't new technology at this point. This has been done out the ass, pardon the pun, for a lot of people out there. But the minute it happens to Taylor Swift, we got to get the government involved and run that on TV 24/7. But hey, why don't you give the government more power here? No, I don't. I'm the Texas guy. I'm like, don't trust the dang government. Do not trust the dang government. If you don't have to give them power, don't. And you never have to give them power, so don't. Which also reminds me of, like, recently, one of the things that's popped up a bit on the internet is, AI video has come a long way. Much like AI generated images, now AI generated video it's still clearly AI generated, but it looks a lot better than it used to. And there's people screaming from the rooftops that ban it. It must be banned. There is no good use case for this. Nothing could possibly ever come of this. Why would this exist? And I'm thinking, like, well, if I'm trying to do a quick little joke and I want a fake video game running in the background on the TV, I could generate a video of a fake video game running just as like a legally distinct thing, and there I go, and I don't have to spend however the hell much it would cost to actually get like professional artists and like video designers out to craft all that. My broke ass can still have the right to have that in one of my videos. That's a benefit I see of it, but there's a lot of voices screaming from the rooftops that please Daddy government, come in and ban this. Because, oh my God, imagine the misinformation that could come from this. It's like, you stupid motherfuckers. The technology exists. The technology will not suddenly unexist if the general public is no longer allowed to use it. It's just only going to be used by your fucking governments now. Oh, well, that just sounds great. Why don't you just give them every fucking power imaginable, you stupid pieces of... Anyway, hello, Corporal Van. Hello. I'm just shooting the breeze, talking about general entertainment news, and well, I don't really have a thing together for today, because when it comes to movie news, I mean, well, what am I supposed to say? Madam Web didn't seem very good. That's it for the movie news. But yeah. You have enough problems with Ted Cruz, let's face it. I mean, I want to give Ted no more power, is the thing. Like, I'm not trying to be like, what we need. We got some problems in Texas. The power grid has had its issues. Not saying it hasn't. We got a few little fucky wuckies here and there. Got it. What we need is Super Ted Cruz. There you go. We're going to get a Super Ted Cruz, and that'll fix everything, probably. Yeah. Sounds like a great plan, don't it? What's my next review? Killer Sofa. It's been fun. Killer Sofa is a funny one because it's clearly a take the piss kind of horror story, but it's also, it works really good in the camp because it's played very seriously, and the actors do a decent job at it. But it doesn't really become a great movie as a result, because it's still fucking Killer Sofa. I mean, more on screaming for the government to ban everything, seem to forget pendulum swings both ways. Yeah. Even if you give the government more power when it's your guys in position, when things shift, the guys you don't like are going to be in charge, and they're going to have just as much power. Maybe those checks and balances were a good fucking idea after all, weren't they? Is it coming this Wednesday? Dear God, I hope so. There's really no reason why it shouldn't. But to that extent, it should have come last Wednesday. That's the situation. But also, I want to get ready for March of the Clowns. I want to get on that Killjoy. I want to get this stuff out. I want to get several reviews out and be like, look at me. I'm a YouTuber. Here we go. I'm actually decent at my job. Like, that would be a fun time. That would be a great little situation. Yes, that's right. No step on Snick. But, yeah, it's... This week has just been, like, it's just mentally, like, I guess this whole situation is draining mentally, come to think of it. Like, the car don't work. I've had to walk a lot of places. The walk doesn't take that long. Like, I walk to the corner store, walk back. I get very few things. It costs too much, and I spend an hour. That's not that big of a problem in, like, your schedule, but I guess it's just mentally more draining than otherwise would be if I spend 5 minutes to drive down to Walmart, pick up things that are too expensive still, but not as expensive as they would be at the convenience store, and then 5 minutes to drive back, be like, well, we have milk now, instead of being like, well, I don't trust the milk at that store, and they don't have bread, and I can get a few things that like buy a packet of ramen for $1.25, like I'm a psychopath. Like I'm like, like it's the overall amount that it actually inconveniences you physically, not really that much. But the mental drain on it, I think that's probably the issue I've been having. What's the worst Steven Seagal movie I've seen? Oh, the worst Steven Seagal movie. Oh man. Now, there are some really bad ones that I I know of but have not seen, and I do believe they seem worse than some of the ones I saw. I mainly watched them during the summer of Steven Seagal. So, mm, mm. Just the older he gets, the less he actually moves. And then, like when he was younger, he still had that kind of suave look to. Like he's young, he's a little looks okay. Like you get the idea that he's just that cool. But when he's just older, you just get the feeling that he's number one, he doesn't move around nearly as much as he used to, and number two, he never moved around that much to begin with. Uh, so it's he's hardly moving to just kind of yeah, everyone's just falling over themselves now, and I'll just take a seat here and I'll be awesome. As you know, I am awesome. I am the untouchable, and yes. On Deadly Ground, that is worst. That movie killed his Hollywood career. On Deadly Ground, that the. I know I reviewed that one, but it's like it was so long ago, and oh no, I have not been back to watch them again. What do you think I'm doing? I might also do. I think Godzilla -1 will get a physical release sometime this year. That's a kicker because like right now, like Best Buy has like started rolling out their get rid of all the discs. And as much as like Best Buy is not the be all end all of of movie sales, box stores are very important for a lot of these things because like there's one example, the ratings system. NC-17 ratings in the ESRB in America, they just specify like 17 plus. It's like an R rating. It's like an R rating. Which would be fine if it weren't for the fact that there's a policy in place that like Walmart will not carry any video games rated above an M. So the M rating becomes the highest mark. Like that's what all games shoot for. If they're like, you can't go past the M, which also has the adverse effect of the M actually becoming a lot worse than it's supposed to. I'd say, because like Last of Us Part 2 had a lot of stuff in there that you'd think would probably push it way past an M, but hey, it's artistic, which makes it M. Have you seen Monarch Legacy of Monsters? It's a show. Oh man, then I generally don't watch TV shows and such. That's just not what I do. I'm currently working my way through Dragon Ball again, so that's fun. Goku just died. You know, he's practicing his martial arts in the other world. Seagal's final speech at the very end of On Deadly Ground was Neil Breen, like before anyone even knew who Neil Breen was. We get The Last of Us 2, but Dead or Alive Extreme 3 gets banned. Why am I the bad guy for wanting to play volleyball with Kasumi? That's what I'm the cell. I'm playing volleyball with Ayame or as Ayame. Or well, am I playing as Ayame or am I dating Ayame? Which one am I? I mean, not dating, like befriending. I'm playing as the other lady, and I'm hanging out with Ayane and buying her a bunch of gifts and doing everything you do in a Japanese dating sim. But we're just friends. Would I watch Chainsaw Man? Probably. I gotta check out Chainsaw Man at some point. How's the bass playing coming along? Not really. Not really. I've been spending a lot more time on my Japanese stuff, and of course my Twitch streaming. But like that's been going pretty good. We recently started when I started doing a lot of streaming on the gaming channel, and well, mostly on Twitch, but this was before the gaming channel. Before I was heavily streaming on the gaming channel as well as Twitch. I did the new Rambo game, and then on the gaming channel and Twitch, like co-stream, did the Terminator game. Got all of that done except for the Infiltrator mode, which is only supposed to be 40 minutes, but I want to check that out at some point. And I recently started on the Rambo game. Yes, we're going backwards, but that was kind of a thing. It's like the RoboCop game came out, and everyone's like, "This is amazing," and I'm like, "Well, I have to check this out. I really want to." Got it, had a blast. Then everyone was like, "Hey, Decker, you know the same guys that made the RoboCop game made that Terminator game a couple of years ago." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that Terminator game. A lot of reviews said it was meh, and I didn't really check it out. So I guess I'll check it out now." And I played it, and yeah, it was a little jankier than the new RoboCop game, but it was, oh yeah, I played the new RoboCop game, Timothy. It was great. It was awesome. I got the VODs up on my gaming channel. But yeah, played through Terminator, had a great time. Like, yeah, this is, it's more janky than the RoboCop game. It's got its issues, but it's really fun, and I really liked it. Then while I was playing that, I was informed that actually the same guys that made the new RoboCop game and made the previous Terminator game also are the guys behind 2014's Rambo, the video game. And so I was like, I heard that game was a travesty, an absolute unhinged madman's fecal matter all over the art of Rambo. I heard it was bad. So I had to check it out. So I go to Steam. I'm like, "Hey, Steam, give me Rambo the video game." And Steam was like, "What are you talking about? We have Rambo as DLC in Mortal Kombat." I'm like, yes, I know. Everyone pointed out that I called Rambo from Mortal Kombat and we got it. But Rambo the video game? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Made by the same guys. These guys. You. Show me everything you made. Well, we didn't make Rambo. Okay, Google Rambo the video game. Oh, here's the link on Steam. Yes, go to that link, and it's no longer available. So, not to be held back by a little problem like that. If you remember, years and years ago on the gaming channel, I played all the way through Ride to Hell Retribution, and that was also delisted. So I knew exactly what to do. I'm like, CD keys, Rambo the video game. It's like, oh yeah, we got that for $10. Give me one. Boom. And I'm playing Rambo. It's not as bad as people say, but that's to be expected. It's still bad, but it's not as bad as people say. It's still got its issues. It certainly does. But hey, I'm sure if I was playing it with a controller instead of the mouse, I'd probably be having a lot less fun. With the mouse, it's like, here's like 10 guys. Headshot. Yeah. I'm sure if it's the controller, it's going to be all over the place, and it's like, what's up with my carpet in the background? What carpet? It's a hardwood floor. Well, not hardwood, but it's a tile. There ain't no carpet. Is concrete and then some laminate tile. Play the 40K Rogue Trader game. Rogue Trader. 40K Rogue 40K. E.T. the game was the worst. Yes. I did have a copy of that way back when. Just because it was actually Long time ago in a galaxy far away, we did not have a GameStop, but we had an electronics boutique, and they did have classic games there. And I was broke as shit, and they're like, we got an Atari 2600 for $20. We got a cardboard box of 2600 games. They're like, I don't know, 5 cents a piece. Just take the damn things. And I'm like, okay, here's a little bit of Berserk in there. Adventure sounds good. I've got some Pitfall and E.T. What the hell? Let's go. And yeah, E.T. I never really sat down to play it for hours, but I didn't really enjoy that much that I was playing. Wait, are you early and never catch a live stream? Well, yes, I'm actually late. I was supposed to do Live and Wired yesterday at 6 to 7 or 5 to 6. What the hell? I can't remember my own schedule all of a sudden. Nothing's working. But yeah, had to shift some things around because nothing was working. So here we are. Going to be getting set up with food stamps under the veil. Good. Food is important. You're on your 5th playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. I can understand that. Going for 5th. So I take it first one you did like good. Second one you probably did evil, which was actually turned into like start mean, turn good. So third one you went evil, like, and they had that going. So fourth one you probably went super good, pure good, all kinds of good, which makes me wonder exactly what you're doing for the 5th, because this one is all up in the air. You've already done good-ish and bad-ish to bad to good. So, like, going like back and forth, you might be leaning more bad now, but I feel like yes, you did the bad, you had your fill of bad. Maybe you're trying for a more like stealthy approach. Maybe you're just trying to see about the charisma side of things. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 greater than 3. I never really spent nearly enough time playing Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, though. So this room has good acoustics. Now, it's just that we got these tall-ass ceilings in this house. That's the problem. And that's everything echoes. It's just kind of how it is. First game was Half-Elf Paladin. Okay, so first game was good game. You can't do the Paladin and be only semi okay good. Yeah, that was the pure good game. What's my favorite Dreamcast game? Besides Shenmue, I've been playing a lot of Shenmue lately. I'm very far along in Shenmue 2 right now on the gaming channel and the Twitch streams. Right after that, I'm going to be jumping into Shenmue 3, finally checking that out. Your ears. Did something explode? Is the volume not working quite as it's supposed to be? But trying to think of what else I played on the Dreamcast. There were a lot of good games, but like there were also a lot of them had issues, but they were still a lot of fun for what they are, in my opinion. Seventh Cross Evolution was one of the ones that were famously terrible, but I spent so much time playing Seventh Cross Evolution. It was that kind of jank that it was just like, you know how I love jank. You know I love jank. Now, this is 1999 Decker we're talking about here. This is 16-year-old Decker with his Dreamcast. Like, jank. It's so good. Janky. Oh, yes. Oh, this Sega jank. This is the most powerful game system ever made. This is one of the most advanced games conceivable. We're trying to create evolution, and it is so janky. Oh, like that was me. Ever watched the Irish vampire comedy called Let the Wrong One In? Not asking you to review that, watch it for the fun. It's Anthony Head and Giles from Buffy the Vampire Hunter, Taxi Driver. Okay. You know, that's tempting to review as well. That really is. Why do you make reviews behind a green screen nowadays? Well, I felt like it was like I was having a real difficult time with the acoustics in this house. And so I tried setting some stuff up to try and decrease the echo, and it was just not working. And eventually I got things going okay with the lavalier microphone, combined with a lot of post editing, like post audio effects, to try and cut down the echo and clean up the sound a bit. It's all kinds of what the hell when it comes to dealing with the audio issues. But the green screen was just kind of, I liked the idea of like being more like here's the movie, and it's less jarring cutting from me to the movie and back again. But I was thinking for Killer Sofa, I was gonna film that on the couch again. Like, definitely had a massive improvement in audio. Yeah, I mean the stuff that I've done in post to try and clean up the audio is it's going to work just about as well on the couch as it does standing here with the green screen and all that fun stuff. Did the Asylum finish making meth gators? Good day, mate from down under. Hello, hello. The drop bears being nice today. I've heard nasty things about them. Do people miss jumping into view on the sofa? There are a few comments I get of people saying, like, Decca, please, for the love of God, stop being so extra and get back on your damn couch. Like, this is that kind of fun. But, you know, Genki. But, yeah, I still got so much Japanese to learn. It's funny though. That reminds me, because there's a lot going on with on Twitter. There's the fights between fans and localizers, mainly because localizers have done such a crap job at actually localizing things like properly. Instead of it being like, hey, this term makes no sense in English, and it would be translated to this to make sense to an American audience. Instead of that, it's like, hey, I don't like this, so I'm just going to remove it, and let's throw in some American political bullshit that was never there in the first place. So there's been a lot of headbutting there, and now it's getting, of course, to the point where people are who don't know about, you know, Japanese are seeing things and taking the literal translation and being like, you did it wrong, and it's like, no, that's not what it means. This term is this in here, and this. So they're condemning actual proper localization against, because they're interpreting it as busted ass localization, because we get so much busted ass localization. And the funny thing for that was, well, effectively, the thing was this one. I think it was in Persona where there was one line where they were saying, the person was saying that their skin was white and clear, which is to say that they're pretty, that their skin looks very good. That's just kind of one of the ways of going about it. And so people were getting up in arms that they didn't properly translate, that they said that their skin was white. It's like, well, what? I mean, to say something's funny, you say it's white maskish. Like that's, or mask white-ish, really. Omoshiroi. But in the same thing, I was reading it because I could read some of the kanji, and I felt it was kind of funny because oh god, I can't remember what the third kanji was, but there's oh yeah, oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was yeah. Now I remember the third kanji. They were telling them that they should put on some sunblock, and the kanji for that for sunblock was sun bake stop, and it was like okay. Okay, that's kind of funny to me. It's the sun bake stop. Kanji is a weird little thing. It's kind of like the way I've interpreted kanji is it's kind of like word alchemy. We have 6,000 little symbols that represent words or ideas, and it's the combination of these that create different words. So the sun bake stop is your sunblock oil. Yes, yeah. You need some sun bake stop. Yes. I mean, well, you could get an easy sun bake out here in Texas. Definitely need some sun bake stop. Know you like dog soldiers, so I can recommend looking up Howl is may as well be a sequel and is actually good. Sister's terrified of rabbits to this day because of Watership Down. I keep hearing that. I keep hearing a lot of people really afraid of rabbits. Though that also, I don't know. I now that I'm able to read a lot more Japanese, I'm at the level where I can kind of figure out when someone on Twitter with their name there in Japanese, whether or not they actually know Japanese. Because if they know next to nothing, they'll put an English direct translation in Japanese, and it just looks weird to me. Like the amount of times I've seen in katakana rabbit, and I'm there like, you mean usagi? Like what? What do you or rabbit? Like, what the fuck is that? Like that don't make sense. Like there's a word for rabbit. It's usagi. Though in the right context, that's you could still have something called like rabbits in Japanese. But when it's just that by itself, and you're clearly talking about rabbits, like it's usagi. Bone apple teeth is bon appetit. uh, okay. They should be afraid of dogs, not the rabbits. Why you like the Japanese culture? What do you what like you the most of that culture? Why you like the Japanese culture? What like you the most of that culture? Hmm. Well, mainly my the thing that got me into Japanese was, of course, just the entertainment, which doesn't have too much to do with the culture, other than just the historical kinds of like mysticism and such. But since I've been starting to learn Japanese a lot more, I learn more about the more of a connection to nature in most things. Like most Japanese names are very much connected to nature. Yamashita, bottom of the mountain. Tanaka, center of the rice field. Uh, just of course, Sakura, a Sakura tree, a cherry blossom, and it's just there's a lot there, like connecting to nature while still you know being modern and having a fantastic appreciation for bidets. I do very much like that Japan is well ahead of most of the world when it comes to bidets. Like that, You're either using the squat toilets. If you want to, get back to nature, we got the squat toilet over there. Or if that's not your thing, we got the bidet. They're not going to have just, here's just a sitting toilet and it doesn't have a bidet. What's the point of that? What are you, a psychopath? No. And the Sun Bake Stop is the best of all. Yes, yes. Love the Sun Bake Stop. But there's also like, there are things in Japanese that I've been learning through kanji study that make certain things make a little bit more sense in when watching anime, because to say someone looks sick, you say they're blue-faced, like effectively. That's how it's like. You look sick. You didn't turn pale. You turn blue. You look blue. Now, in American English, if you look blue, you look depressed. But Japanese, if you look blue, you look sick. So, poor Smurfs are sick. Yeah, well, it's either they're sick or they're depressed. But yeah, when you see people like just get the blue face in anime, a lot of times it's they're turning pale. That's kind of the basic translation there. Got another fan. My miniature Aussie Shepherd dog Abby likes you. Held her up to see the screen. She immediately looked and licked her. I was like, "Aww, that's so cute. That's so cute." Japanese indie / rock funk music culture is fantastic. So many great bands, especially bands like Boom Boom Satellites and Akiboshi, Maximum Hormone, Asian Kung Fu Generation, Frederic, Moose, Radio. Okay. I gotta watch more Japanese movies now that I can understand more Japanese. I still am not nearly to the point where I can just watch something in Japanese and understand it, which is sad. But it's like you're always building. Like I've kept on it, and you are always building. So that's good. It's taking its time. It's been taking a while. Yeah. Have a good idea for Eastern Review Beaster Day? Here comes Peter Cottonhell. Easter Review. Easter. What the things got confusing there. The Summer of Sun Bake Stop. Oh, we could have all kinds of movies that take places on beaches, and there has to be at least one scene of sunscreen application. So we can have the kanji pop up on screen. Sun Bake Stop. Recommend the Japanese horror Infection. Great horror. Infection. Oh, there's transmit. I know that kanji. Is it transmit or is it turn? Or does it work for both of them? I want to say that's, I think it's like person to and wide. Like it was easy kind of to remember because it just kind of looks like social distancing to me. Cow juice. Oh, that's cow juice. Gyunyu. That's milk right there. Cow juice. You can apply Sun Bake Stop while reviewing. director of Beasterday, also made Playmate of the Apes. Oh no. Oh no, is it that kind of movie? Because if it is, I don't know if I could do that no more on the YouTube. Then again, I don't know if I could do. Oof. Oof. During each review, need a really conspicuous white streak of sun-baked stop on the nose. Now, isn't that supposed to be like zinc on the nose? Like, I don't even remember what the zinc on the nose is supposed to be for. Is it just because the nose is easier to burn than other parts of this? But I don't know. I never really seem to burn my nose, and I've got a lot of nose to burn. Is my nose natural sun-baked stop? I got sun-baked last time I went to the beach, and I had some sun-baked stop on, but not enough. Not enough for Texas. Summer of Bad Asian Remakes. We review both and show how bad or good the remakes are. Just make sure it's cow juice and not bull juice. Oh, yes, ushi, not oishi. Oh, no, is there a difference in the? There's got to be a difference. All I can think of is the. Now I'm thinking. Well, I'm thinking like I know masculine, but it's been a while since I've seen the. That was in Nountown that it covered Oshi, and I know it was in Nountown. They had certain things like that, and you would have. It would show the spelling of it, and it was interesting because there was things like Buta pig was shown with the kanji for Buta, but then Buta hog was shown in katakana, spelling out Buta. So I was like, okay. My nose always burns, but I'm an Irish vampire, apparently. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it right there. So we're coming up towards the end of the stream, so I just wanted to quickly remind everyone that's still going on there. And thank you all. Thank you, Adam Worthington, for the $50. Pushing that up. Now it's 317 to go. Boom. Very gracious. Thank you very much. Shannon thanks you as well, I am certain. We're going to see that in a few seconds in the chat, and she pops up like, "Oh my God, thank you all so much. We love you." Anytime now. Anytime now. Come on, Shannon, you can do it. I know I'm kind of putting you on. Oh, there we go. There we go. I missed it. There it is. It's like, I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but I believe in you. So I heard about the Sharktopus remake? Asian Godzilla versus Western Godzilla original movie. Oh, I kind of did that before, but I fucked up on a lot of things. So it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I get that anxiety kicking in when I remember the things I fuck up. So it's, but, man, I want to do more Godzilla. But if I could do things actually in Japanese, like I have the Japanese versions of Gamera, and they are cut slightly differently in Japanese. Sent it even before. Yeah, that's the lag between chat and what's going on seems to be greater on YouTube. At least going through StreamYard as I am. Perhaps it's not as bad like if I was going directly from OBS to YouTube, but live action remake, you think they'll put a chicken in it and make it lame? Is it coming out on Netflix? If so, I mean, just saying, a pattern recognition is, will I review -1? I want to, but I still have not gotten a chance to see it. Cars still don't start. Can't do much about that. Also, I want to mention that it was weeks ago that I realized this, and I felt like a stupid asshole once I did. Your name is pronounced "you panicked." And forever, I was calling you Eupaniquid. I was sitting there next to Charlie, and I was like, God damn it, it's you panicked. Oh well. Oh well. Really need to listen to the One Night in Bangkok song? I'll try and remember. You know, like Godzilla is the American spelling of the Japanese Gojira? Well, yeah, uh, Gojira is a combination of course, the word for whale, Kojira, and the word for gorilla. But a lot of people won't tell you just how lame the Japanese word for gorilla is. It's gorira. It's 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 just gorilla, except the R's and the L's are the same sound. Gorilla, which isn't a R or an L. It's a re, ra, rarirurero. Those. That's you get used to it after enough time practicing Japanese. Mm. Oh, nice, nice. So I've been keeping up about the 3D print thing. Friend of mine had the controller I was going to use to make it. Had a falling out and don't have a PS5 controller. Here soon. Buy one and get a print made for you later. Thank you. Also, don't have to worry about the slightly different size and the little port anymore because now, the access controller exists, so we don't need to solder things to be able to have her use her pedals. Have the access controller on the side, have a couple pedals plugged into there. Boom. That works. But we still have the issue of the big damn touchpad being really in the way and it being a problem if she accidentally brushes up against it when she's trying to play anything remotely heavy action oriented that's exclusive to PlayStation 5 that also has a hot female protagonist that she really wants to play that game. By the way, Stella Blade is coming out very soon for PlayStation 5, so there's that. Okay. So that's, that would be very, very handy for her. But yeah, we are coming up right on the end. So I should mention next review is going to be Killer Sofa, and I am going to wake up early and get the damn script done and get the damn filming done and get the damn editing done and get the damn uploading done, and then probably have to spend a week or two fighting YouTube over the copyright claim. But at least then the video will be up. Oy. But aside from that, got some Twitch streaming and on the YouTube gaming channel. So I got YouTube on the gaming channel, on Twitch, co-streaming to both at the same time. You follow me either place. And yes, Killer Sofa. Tonight, I don't know what I'm streaming tonight. Oh, damn, I forgot to check. Ooh, I gotta finish Echo to Tides of Time. I should probably spend a little time on that. But Charlie, my fiance, also streams, but she only streams on Twitch. She does have a YouTube channel, both named Poltergimp. But her YouTube channel she doesn't really use. She's tried uploading a couple of shorts from her Twitch to it, but that's about it. Will you do the sofa jump intro for the Killer Sofa? Oh, yes. I'm Decker Shadow, the internet personality with the best chair. Get damn done. That's right. You'll be streaming tonight? Yes, night on this side of the ocean. Well, I'll be streaming in a couple of hours. I gotta feed Lou. I gotta walk Lou. I gotta feed Charlie. I gotta walk Charlie. All that fun stuff. So, anyway. That's the time. On the Veil, she should be able to get some of her once she's all set up at her new place. Hopefully, she'll be able to actually start producing some content on her own as well. So, yay! Keep an eye out for that. So, thank you all for watching. I've been Decker Shadow, and remember, get a degree that it actually leads to a job, and try not to pay $500,000 for it because you're gonna have to pay it back with interest. Okay. Good night, everybody.